Hey, Conscious Habit listeners. My goal is to help support you on your journey of discovering how to live from your highest and most fulfilled self at home and at work. And in that vein, I have some thoughts I'd like to share with you today. So meditate on this. Do you have a phobia or fear that has been with you? For some people, it is public speaking. Maybe it's spiders. For me, it's snakes. Terrified of these creatures. Terrified. I cannot look at them in a picture book, much less like I'm never going to walk by one, even if it's in a cage, in a pet store, in a zoo. It's not going to happen. I have been freaked out from these little creatures for as long as I can remember, but I really think that it probably came from Mr. White's fourth grade music class when he used to make us sing the song, I'm Being Swallowed by a Boa Constrictor. Ever since then, I have seen these things everywhere, even places that they don't really exist. Like I might be driving down the highway and I see a scrap tire. And my logical mind says, it's a scrap tire, Amy. Don't be an idiot. But my emotional brain, it says, it could be a giant boa constrictor. You might want to get 3 lanes over just in case. I could be walking down the road, enjoying a nice little walkie walk outside in nature. And I see a stick up above, up ahead on the road. And my mind goes, it's most likely a stick. It hasn't moved. Looks just like a stick. But my emotional brain, it says, it's probably a giant boa constrictor. It's going to eat and swallow you whole. You better be ready to save your life right now. And one of my favorite stories is the time I did come face to face with a boa constrictor when I let our little dog Parker outside to go to the bathroom. Parker is about a 5-pound miniature Yorkie, Parker the Barker, as we call him. You know the type. I let Parker outside to do his business. And next thing I know, I hear Parker in a scuffle and I hear the distinct hiss. That's right, giant boa constrictor. Now, I cannot see Parker. I have no idea where he is. I think he's up in a bush, but I can hear he is in a tussle and he is fighting for his life from this massive demon. And in an absolute panic, I pick up the phone, call my husband, who happened to work just a few minutes from our house, and really like crying and shaking. I'm like, you have to get home and Parker's going to die. And this is terrible. And next thing I know, my husband's home and Parker's back inside. By that time, he had made it out unscathed and was back in the house. And my husband goes to investigate to find this creature that tried to swallow my dog whole. And I'm inside because I'm no idiot. I'm not getting eaten alive by a boa constrictor. Not today, not tomorrow. No, thank you. My husband reaches into this bush to again get the demon creature. And when he comes back up, I can see it clearly. It's a little fuzzy cat. And in that moment, all logic came rushing back to me. I started laughing hysterically. I leaned my head outside and I said, oh, yeah, cats hiss too, don't they? And that has become a favorite phrase of mine. I just want you to reflect on that. It's a funny story. Never in my mind could I have imagined it was a cat, even though that is the most logical answer. I had made up this entire story in my head that my greatest fear in life was manifest in front of me. And how often have we done that in other situations where these great big fears create a great big story that does not equate the reality that is before us? And it's human nature to tell ourselves that it's scary and we can't do it. That's what happens when we are maybe moved outside of our comfort zone. So it could be a big decision that's ahead of you. It could be a risk that you're looking to take. It could just be something new that you're looking to start. I would recommend that you reflect on the fact that there's a part of you in your mind or your body that's going to think it's a big giant boa constrictor, but it might just be a little fuzzy cat. Our eyes will always see what our brain believes, and our brain can play some crazy tricks on us. So remind yourself when you're in the midst of the big and scary and you have yourself convinced of a horrible reality that maybe it ain't so bad. Maybe it's just a little furry cat on the other side, and cats hiss too.